This is teardown art. In this video, I take this broken PSP, tear it down to its individual parts, give it a clean, display it on a template, and make a custom frame for it. A couple speed bumps along the way, but I think it turned out awesome. I've always wanted to try teardown art, and after I came across this broken PSP at a local electronics store, I figured this would be the perfect time to try. But step one, we gotta tear this thing down and then give this thing a deep clean because it is disgusting. For tools, all you'll need is a small Phillips screwdriver and something to pry with. So, a little fun fact for you while we're taking this thing apart is that here, this is a moisture strip. So see how it's got all those red dots on there? If it comes in contact with water, it'll turn the entire strip red, solid red. There won't be any more dots. So, you know, when you drop your PSP in the sink or toilet and you're trying to fleece Sony for a new one, they know exactly what you did. Okay, I feel like I'm getting really close to done. It doesn't seem like there's too many more things that can get pulled off of here. So I'm gonna quickly finish it up and then we're gonna start cleaning everything. I decided to use isopropyl alcohol to clean the circuit boards and the electrical components just because they'd be tougher to dry and it wouldn't leave any water spots. Now, it was time to make backing for the template. I took this 5/16 plywood, cut it to the proper dimensions before loading the one side with a spray adhesive. I've tried a lot of different spray adhesives, but this 3M Super 77 is by far the best. You spray it, wait 30 seconds, and it's ready. I managed to find this template on Etsy for $4. Even though they spelled battery wrong, $4 is a steal. And to build the frame, I decided to check my scrap pile, and I spotted two pieces in the back that were going to work just fine. And here I'm just creating a rabbet joint for the plywood to sit in. After that, all that was left was to hit it with some 80 grit sandpaper and use some epoxy to put it together. I figured black would go with the rest of the theme, so I decided to give it a quick coat and it was good to go. The only glue I had on hand was the stuff I use for my carpentry work. I figured it would be just fine, but as you can see, the application tip was too large and it's leaving big globs. I decided to try and use it anyways, and this was my first mistake. This stuff dries super quick, so I was trying my best to get it on before the glue set, and I ended up getting some on the screen. I tried to wipe it off, but it ended up just making the smudge bigger. Second mistake. I went online and tried the top 3 recommended methods to get this stuff off, but I wasn't having any luck. And in a last-ditch effort, I tried acetone. And this was the nail in the coffin. 3rd mistake. I tried soaking it in WD-40, giving it a wet sand, and seeing if car polish would be able to save this thing, but it was too far gone. I headed back to the electronics store, and by chance they had one more screen left, so I was able to save this, but we could not make that mistake again. Now I'm just laying everything out on the template to make sure all the pieces are there. To finish off our frame, I need to cut a piece of glass. I couldn't find any glass to the specific dimensions I needed, or that were even close, so I had to buy a picture frame, and now I'm going to try and cut it to the size that I need. I've never cut glass before. I have no idea how this is gonna go. I have no idea how many times I'm supposed to cut it. I just went over it a few times. The sound was nasty, but now I'm just going to prop up one side and see what happens. The worst part is, even if this one works, we have to cut it again on the other side. Well, that didn't work. Let's try a second time. That didn't work either. At this point, my confidence level was getting pretty low. I thought maybe a straight edge would help, and it would save me from cutting myself at least. I went back to the store to find another piece of glass, and I stumbled upon something even better. A piece of acrylic. It's gonna cut really easily with a knife and be a lot nicer to work with. Good news is the picture frame wasn't a complete waste of money. It doubles as an awesome straight edge. Now it's time to glue all the parts down to the template, and then we can put everything together. I had a bit of an oversight as to the depth of the rabbet joint I needed, so I'm just taking my router and making it a little deeper. Now the acrylic can sit deeper in the frame. I cut and painted these strips to hold it in place and also create some space for the raised areas of the template. I am finished. This turned out way better than I expected. Halfway through, I thought I had totally ruined it, but it is exactly how I envisioned it in my mind. And I'm really happy with how it turned out.
Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. And I always be right.
Look, it still works.